BpsRps are live June 2nd, 2021. This is your host, BpsRps, in case you didn't know. You might be wondering where my arms are. They're opening this. It's the Derek Jeter collection. Derek Jeter was a mediocre baseball player, but we'll get into him later. Today in baseball, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth announced his retirement at 40 years old. Babe Ruth retired at 40. The guy had his prime. Jimmy, the guy was in his prime of his life. Maybe. I mean, he lived it up. He lived it up, Babe Ruth. He did magnificent things on and off the field. My prime was 25, so I guess Babe Ruth. I guess it was time for Babe Ruth to retire. He was bigger than the game. He built Yankee Stadium, for Christ's sake. He wasn't just a baseball player. He was an architect in the Mike Brady mold. So shout out to Babe Ruth. Lou Gehrig died today in 1941. Jimmy hasn't hit his prime. Exactly. I myself have many years ago. But there's still time. Still time to get it back. 40 was like 90. Yeah, that's true. Especially Babe Ruth. He did a lot. Did a lot probably before the age of 10. What about my prime, Mick? Huh? You ain't got no prime. What else happened? Oh, 1987, the Mariners picked Ken Griffey Jr., first overall pick in 1987. And Randy Johnson, he made his debut today in 1990. Some birthdays today. Darnell Coles of Moneyball fame. Mike Stanton, 1967. I guess that's why he's always hurt. He's born in 67. He's pretty old. What's up, Mikey Mike? Speaking of, Mike Kelly was born in 1970. And Raul Iboners, 1972, former Mariner, Philly, and Royal. So trivia tonight: who did Raul Iboners replace for the Phillies in the outfield? They signed him as a free agent. I think it was 3 years. Wow, 33 million, I think, or 30 million, something like that, to replace a former #1 draft pick. Don't type the answer, retweet it. Bunch of shit here. Sorry for cursing. So this is the Derek Jeter. He picked like we did with Peter Alonso a couple months ago. He picked the cards. They sat down with Derek Jeter, put together a 41 card set featuring 3 unique subsets: Captain's Corner, Captain's Inspiration, and Captain's Recipients of Gift Baskets of girls that he tapped and then dumped. So maybe we'll see like Mariah Carey in here. Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas, he's still badass, isn't he? Mini Bips. Welcome aboard, Mini Bips. House phone. They probably were. Derek Jeter, like I said earlier, he was a overrated, average baseball player, but for some reason he's like godlike in some circles. Not this circle. All right, let's see. The cards aren't bad. It's hard to see the names though. Like, look. He had nothing on Hattie because, fellas, don't make me point at Pete again. I want to keep pointing at Pete. This is Alfonzo Soriano. It was a good pick for him. Soriano was a great power speed combination guy. I think I remember him saying Eric Chavez should have had a better career than Barry Bonds. I think I remember saying in the book. Do you want me to speak? Yeah, every time I point at you, speak. Yeah. Because he gets on base. Johnny Smoltz. That's it. Yeah, do you want me to speak when I point at you? That's it. I did that at work one day. I actually planned that. I said, when I point at you, I want you to speak and say something like this. And it went over well. They obviously, you know, the schmucks didn't never saw Moneyball. This was years ago, but thought it went well. Mo Rivera, one of the greatest closers of all time. Wade Boggs, who will be celebrating his erection into the Hall of Fame June 15th, I think. Wade Boggs. Jeter picked a couple people for this set. Like I said, at Captain's Corner, like people who backed him up no matter what, his inspirations and his connections. I guess Wade Boggs might have been one of his inspirations. Cal Ripken Jr. would have been an inspiration for him because Cal Ripken had a pretty good career the first 4 or 5 years until that that streak just ran him down. It's not a bad idea. We should. I'm gonna go get some chicken that night, get some beers. Yeah, maybe watch me eat some Kentucky Fried Chicken because that's the best. Ah, oh, it's a bomb diggity. Yo, that coleslaw didn't look bad though, Jeff. The Oakland A's. I mean, the cheese looked good too. You want the minor leaguers to like get a taste of the major, but you want them to like you don't want them to live the lavish life and then they get like fat and happy and don't play harder. But still, I mean that coleslaw looked damn good. I would have tore it up, and I don't like mayonnaise either. But that coleslaw though, Jeter and Rivera. This card looks like it should have an autograph on it, so I'm gonna have to take care of that later. It did. It looked a lot small. It looked like something like a kid's portion, didn't it? Ah, Frank Thomas. There you go. This is Jimmy's night. Frank Thomas and David Wright back to back. Two of his boys right here. Ah, it's also Jeff's night. Barry Larkin, Deion Sanders. Right, they all are. That couldn't even fill somebody's cavity. That portion. It is. Yeah, yeah. It was good of him to give props to David Wright. Frank Thomas. I think Schmidt's in this set. Exactly. You go to Chipotle, they give you some good food. It wasn't bad. Jeter, he didn't do his bad. He didn't do his dirty. The goal here is an elite Jack McDowell old school uniform. It's a nice card for a badass binder. Donnie Hill is Henry Hill. When he went into the witness protection program, he changed his name to Donnie. Rob was on fire today on Twitter. He's connecting the community like nobody else has ever done. Luis Salazar, Tim Nayring, Jobbers. Rob's a good dude. He really loves the hobby. He's the conscious, that's right, of the hobby. Mark Graham is an okay middle reliever. Wade Boggs again. Wade Boggs, he's very popular tonight. He's gearing up for his erection night. Greg Maddux, one of the greatest pitchers ever, not just of our era. Oh, if anybody's waiting for a stash, everybody's stash went out tonight, except my man, Mike and Jeff's. They'll be distributed on purpose. Oh yeah, no, Rob. I've known Rob many years. He's a really good dude. He looks out for a lot of people with not just with cards, but just in life in general. He's got a big heart. Rob, if you're watching at 5 a.m. and if I'm not here, I'll be thinking about it. Jeff Reardon, Lonnie Smith, former Cardinal Philly. Robbie Thompson, he was an 87 Topps Rookie Cup. Steve Buechele and Greg Briley were two jobbers. Wow, Checklist and Tim Jones. It's a rough pack. It was sorry about that, fellas. This is a special one. This is 87 Fleer baseball stickers. The gold here is a Gehrig. Maybe Bo. Oh, we got a sticker. Astros, Mariners. They're division rivals, which is really cool to see on the same card. Joe Carter, he was an RBI machine. Wow, on the Indians too. Dave Parker. I'm thinking about reading Dave Parker's biography. I think it would be pretty neat. Probably lived it up in Pittsburgh during the 70s and 80s. Will Clark. I don't think my man Rob 1 has this. Do you have this one, Rob? Blink once for no, twice for yes. Larry Parrish. He's no Lance. And Ozzie Smith. Mighty Lark is a big fan of Ozzie Smith. That was a good pack. Line drive, minor league, AAA. I don't know, did he? I know he was involved with the coke era of the 80s. He did those drugs, and you're not supposed to do drugs. I'll let you know. If he did, he broke Jimmy Conway's rule. Never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut. Come here, Hendry. Scott Coolball, Brian Johnson, jobbers. The goal's at least 2 players that we heard of. Paul Abbott, he wasn't a bad pitcher for maybe about 1 or 2 weeks. He was no Jim Abbott. Bob Brenly, what do you do now? Doug Henry, he was a middle reliever. Brewers. How you doing, Hendry? Come here. Paul Sorrento. He had a couple good years. Cleveland. Oh, that was him. I heard about that. Did you see what kind of DMs Marcus Stroman got? Horrible. What kind of person would DM those things? And we don't condone that. Marcus, if you're watching, this is a good place for you. You can hang out with us. Just not right. George Canoli, and Mark E. Burley. Well, these two. This is a coach's card. Lamar Johnson and Don Rowe. Yeah, I was just. Did you see today's ad? David Haas, no relation to Moose Haas. Kevin put it on the Ritz. Oh man, Israel Sanchez and Pat Kelly. Well, Mike Kelly was born in the day 1970. This might have been his father, Pat. It's a bad pack. Heritage, piece of shit pack. Sorry for cursing. Austin Riley, he's having a good year. Young Frankenstein, I never seen that one. That was Gene Wilder, right? Archie Bradley, one of the Philadelphia Phillies' 3 general managers, along with Bryce Harper and Dave Dombrowski. Good job, Archie. Mike Soroka, who might have pitched his last baseball game. The guy just can't seem to overcome that injury. Freddie Galvis, he's got like 10 home runs this year already. Him and Mike Calfranco are showing how life after Philadelphia Phillies are really good. That's true. But there might be underage viewers, though, and I don't want them to think that that's right. I was quoting Chris Berman. Used to call somebody put in on the Ritz. World Series card. Danny Duffy. He started out good. Max Scherzer. It's like a boring veteran pitcher. It's in black and white, that movie, right? Rookie stars. Cody Whitley and Roel Ramirez. I don't think they have a future in baseball. But this is a nice card. Luis Robert, speaking of my man Rob 1. This is him in action. Yeah, that's exactly it. Duffy, it's like you own him and you keep waiting. And then he has a good month. And you're like, yeah, it finally paid off. Then the next three starts, he gives up 14 earned runs in two-thirds of an inning total. It's being called, you got Duffied. I've been Duffied many times. 2014, Series 1. 7 years ago. This is a great card right here. Cabrera, Mauer, and Trout. Average leaders, 348, 324, 323. It's a really sharp card right there. Oh, speaking of sharp card, Jimmy Rollins. Wow, I wasn't expecting him. And this is him probably throwing somebody out of first base. He was still in the Phillies in 2014. That's why they're a bad team right now. They kept these stars too long. They would have rebuilt at the time. Right now, we probably would have seen about 3 more World Series. Tyson Ross. Remember he had a good year with the Padres, then he just fell off the face of the earth. Alberto Cayapso, Oakland, jobber. And Bruce Chen, wasn't he on the Phillies? He was a highly touted prospect for the Braves. Jesus Christ. He was around. He was around since '98. He had to have pictures of their GMs. Final pack of the evening, Bowman 2021. Last night we got the Austin Martin and the Bobby Witt. Tonight we're looking for Garrett Crotchet. Hammer has, that's good. Phillies, they can't hurt. Oh yeah, Joe Ross, the other one. Yeah, he's got that brother. You know, Feliz and Hammer, bring them up. What do you got to lose? Cheater, Altuve, Houston. Right. Hammer did well in his stint in the majors. What's he doing twirling in AAA? There's Garrett Crotchet, one of our goals. Pete Alonso, I think he has like 2 home runs since he came off the injured list. They're getting the band back together. Jim, your Mets. It runs in the family. The entertainment value that the Rosses bring to America. Manny Machado, who's nowhere near as good as Maikel Franco. Luis Garcia on the Nationals. Supposedly a highly touted prospect. Look at this. Sixto Sanchez, rookie card. He's got shoulder inflammation. I don't think we'll see him up this year. I'd still rather have him than Real Muto. Definitely. Rather have him. Rookie of the Year favorites. Who said I had an accent? Obi. I think Obi said it. No, not Obi. Yeah, somebody said they like my voice, my tone, my accent. I forgot who said that. They lost last night. I didn't see that. Well, DeGrom. Did he pitch last night or the night before? Nate Pearson, Rookie of the Year favorites. He hasn't pitched in the majors yet. How's he favorite to win Rookie of the Year? Look at Trevor Rogers. Nick Lodolo, Reds pitcher. He's lighting it up in AAA. He's doing really good. Jeter Downs, who, as we all know, is named after Derek Jeter. Why would they name their son after an average baseball player? That's like me naming my kid Luis Aguayo Bips or Steve Jeltz. Ed Howard, he's no Spencer Howard. Mad Bum. I think he's been struggling since his no-hitter, right? Oh. Well, Emerson Hancock, Seattle, 3rd pick, last year's draft, and Jared Kelenic, 3 numbered to 75, yellow border. Pretty nice. I wish they never called him up, because if they call him up, this would be worth about $500. Now that they called him up and he's struggling, we might be lucky if we get a nickel for it. Always sell your prospects the minute they're called up. That was okay. So DeGrom was the other night. These late games, and with Twitter timelines going all over the place, I don't know when I get the tweets. Mike, that's yours. All right, got one more in me. Got one more Bowman. All right. Austin Meadows, he's been having a real good year. Wish we had him on the Phillies. Then again, if he was on the Phillies, probably wouldn't be having a good year. Chris Bubic. That's right. Bumgarner's career, he was like this, and then all of a sudden, in that four-wheeler, boom. Other than that, those 7 innings that he pitched well, he didn't give up any hits. Tyler Stevenson, he's having an okay year for the Reds. Anderson Tejada, you guys remember Miguel Tejada? I don't know if they're related, but it would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, he was good with the bat. Him. Did we talk about this? DeGrom's batting .474. He gets a hit every other time at bat. It's amazing. Joey Bart. He was a high draft pick. He just likes to strike out. Nate Pearson, the paper version. I think he's going to be another failed prospect. The guy can't stay healthy. Taylor Trammell, who they just called him up recently in Seattle. He was having a monster AAA, but he just has been struggling at the major league level. Aaron Sabato, who has a lot of power. He might be good. It's a twin prospect. Jared Kelenic, Bowman Chrome. We got the yellow, and now this is the chrome. We have the makings of a rainbow, I think it's called, right? Jose Tena, Cleveland shortstop, I don't know. Tyler Callahan, I know the name, I don't know anything about him, but Alek Manoah, he had a successful debut a week ago. He's pitching tonight for the Blue Jays. I don't know how he's doing right now, but we're wishing him the best. So that's all I got tonight, fellas. Bring us to the end of the evening. Bunch of cards, trivia. Raul Iboners, who did he replace in the Phillies lineup when they signed him as a free agent? I didn't like the move at the time because the person he replaced went on to win a World Series with the Giants. I think the next year, showing that him like Jay Bruce are winners. But Iboners had a pretty good career, and he's supposed to be a manager material. Mike Krzyzewski's retiring at the end of the year. Thought that was pretty amazing. He's the Duke coach. He's been there so many years. So see what happens there. I think I'm going to throw my hat in the ring to see if I can replace him. All right, fellas, that's all I got. Thank you all for joining. We'll be back tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of the evening. You guys keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a good night. See if we can do this. End stream. Look at that.